episode 34. This is a knitting and crochet podcast. I have also a tea corner, and then I have a gardening segment today, and then I have a train ride into Denver. So stick around. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with what I've been working on. And the first project bag is by Mrs. Brown's Bags. And I have a new sock cast on. So I have Lolo Did It in the plush sock base, and it's called Polyjuice Potion. That's the colorway. And then it's 15% nylon, 75% merino, and 10% tencel. And I just cast these on Friday on the way to work on the train. So this is what it looks like, Polyjuice Potion. I do have two minis that are called Little Lolos that I'm going to be doing the toes and the heels with. This one's Violet Beauregard, and then sunglasses not included. And then the next thing in this bag that I've been working on is a new cast on. It's called the Cozy Knitter, and then the colorway is Beach Bum. So it came with this mini in the set, and then it's a self-striping yarn. So I just started these this morning. This is what it looks like. So it'll just be a self-striping, and then I'll do the coordinating mini for the heels and toes. All right, so the next thing I've been working on, you put these away, is in this little fringe supply bag. I have a hat that I've been working on. It's called the Chamomile Hat by Claire Devine. And I'm using size 7 needles, 4.5 millimeter. I'm using Knitter's Pride Zings. And this is what the hat looks like. It's called the Chamomile Hat. And it's part of a collection. It's called the Tea Collection. It's a series of hats celebrating tea and knitting. And I'm using Lolo Did It, her worsted. It's actually called Simple Worsted. And the two colors are Hello Little Birdie, excuse me, and then Hello Gorgeous, and the mauve color. So I think it's pulling a little bit in, but I think it will be fine once I block it. So most of my hats are like super crazy colors. And so I was like thinking, I'd like to do a hat that is just a little bit, toned down. So I started on this, and I should be done. I should have actually finished this, but I kept finishing pairs of socks instead. So I put it down, but I will finish it up and show it to you next time, hopefully. All right. And so the next thing that I've been working on is just a pair of socks that I showed last time, and I've just done a little bit more progress on them. So this is the Quantum Leap colorway, the purple is, and that's by Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Showstopper base. And then this one is Hue Loco, the yellow, and it's called Banana Who. And so I did a little bit of work on these, probably, I don't know, a couple inches. All right. And that's really all that I've been working on since the last podcast, other than all the finished objects that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the finished objects. So the first thing that I have, I was doing a crochet along with Krista in Nairobi, Kenya. She has a podcast, and it's called The Secret Yarnery. And so I did this boho cardi. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up, and I'll put the pictures here. Okay, my next finished object is a pair of socks. by Sock Bunny Studios. They're just some summer shorty socks. I've had these on the needles for quite a while, since last summer. And I used the Electric Florida Flamingo, which is the pink colorway. And it's in her Paprika fingering weight base. And it's 75% BFL, 25% nylon. And then the blue is Sock Bunny logo. So these are just little fun summer shorty socks. And I did size 2.75 needles. I did 64 stitches. Just a basic vanilla pattern, vanilla sock pattern. So just a little 2x2 rib at the top. And I love them. So the next pair of socks that I have finished was in this Zauberball Stark 6 colorway. And it looks like Mallerwinkle. I'll just go ahead and show it to you. All right, and these Zauberball socks are super sturdy and warm, so these will definitely be for winter. This is what they look like. So the colors just go from color to color, and they don't match or anything. There's really no way to get them to match, but that's the fun of the Zauberball socks. So this pair was the second pair that I finished. I do love them. They're super nice and cozy. All right, and then I finished a third pair, which was from this Regia design line by Arnie and Carlos. And the colorway on this one was 03768. So this one was a newer ball of yarn that I got at Colorful Yarns on my last visit there. So in this pair I did a vanilla latte sock pattern. And so basically it's a free sock pattern, but basically it's just I did a 2x2 rib at the top. And then it's like 6 knit and 2 purl, I believe. You'll have to check it out on Ravelry. But yeah, so those are super cute. And the ones with the ribbing like this vanilla latte, will totally hug your foot, and they fit really, really well. So it is kind of a pain to do the ribbing a little bit, but it's so worth it when you're wearing them. I don't do the ribbing on the bottom of the foot. Basically I do it around the leg, and then when I get to the heel, I go ahead and do the front part of the sock. See a little piece of hair on there. The front part of the sock has the ribbing on it, and then the bottom part, the top part of the sock has the ribbing, and then the bottom part doesn't, just so it's more comfortable in your shoe. All right, so this is my third pair that I finished, and then I finished another pair, which was this yarn. It's a Deborah Norville yarn, and I thought I would use both balls. I got two 50-gram balls. When you get the smaller 50-gram balls, normally you need more than one. So I actually, now I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. I used almost a whole ball for both socks. So this is what I had left. It was like super crazy. At the end I was like, am I gonna have enough? Will I have enough? But I used almost a whole ball, and I was able to get a pair of socks out of it because I put toes and heels in a different color. So this one is Deborah Norville Pink Sugar is the colorway, the main colorway, and then the toes and heels are with this Knit Picks Stroll Tweed. So, and this is like really super soft, nice yarn. I do like it. I don't know if that I've ever put it in a pair of socks before, so I'll see how they wear. But I know that this Deborah Norville lasts really long, and it actually wears really well, and you can throw it in the washer and dryer. I don't wash and dry my socks, but I do put them in delicate in the wash, and sometimes I'll hand wash them. but I put them in delicate in the wash and then I lay them out to dry. So, but this pair I know will be one of my favorites because I really love this sock yarn and how it wears. So, all right, so I had 4 pairs of socks that I finished. So that is great. I'm super excited about that. And most of those were not brand new on the needles. I think actually this one was brand new on the needles, but oh, and this one maybe since the last one. I'm not sure if this one was on the needles at the last one, the last podcast that I did. So also I was going to show you that Deborah Norville. I have 2 other pairs of socks that I've been wearing that I made in the Deborah Norville yarn line. And this one is a thicker pair, but I just was going to show you how well they hold up. So this one is a thicker pair. It's really big and kind of cozy, but it has held up really well. And I've put it in the washing machine. I don't put them in the dryer, I just hang them to dry, but they've held up really well. And this pair I've worn a lot. This is my oldest pair of Deborah Norville, and it still looks pretty good, honestly. And I wear them all winter long. I mean, I have lots of pairs of socks. I'm sure you know that about me, but I wear them all winter long and they still look fairly, good. I don't see much pilling on them. So I would definitely check out that Deborah Norville. It's just from big box stores. I'm not sure exactly, like maybe Michael's. I'm not sure which big box store carries it, but if you see it, you should check it out. All right, so I just wanted to show you how well those have held up. Okay, so the next thing that I was going to talk about is, some purchases. So I was on Instagram, which sometimes I see sock yarn on Instagram. I'm like, oh no, I have to have that, so that's what happened. I saw this, this lady had used this colorway for toes and heels. It's Invicta Extra, and then it looks kind of like sheep G's. I'm not sure. All right, and that one's in the color 1319. And so this one it's kind of just like a gray with little black stripes. And the pair of socks that I saw on Instagram, she had, so this colorway is color 310. And so she was doing the toes and heels with this, and then she was doing the body of the sock with this, and it was a self-striping, and it was super cute. And so I wanted to try it. And so I got these in the mail. I got them from, I'm not sure if I ordered them from Amazon. I think I got them from Hot Yarns is where I think, but and then one of the sets I got from Amazon and one from Hot Yarns. So you'll have to look and see if you're looking for it. But all right, so that's all the purchases that I have for yarn. The next thing is, okay, so my friend that I work with, I made her and her daughter 2 little bags, for knitting. And she brought me this fabric, the Scooby-Doo fabric and to make bags with. So I'm going to make some bags with this, and I just thought I would show it to you. It's super cute, and I can't wait to get started. I haven't had a lot of time for sewing. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's the little mystery machine. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make some little bags with this. And I think one of them is going to go for her son. So that'll be cute. All right. So the next thing that I was going to talk about is Coffee and Tea Corner. And I have 3 teas that I was drinking at work, and I finally brought them home so I could share them with you. They were from David's Tea. The first one is Raspberry Cream Pie, and this one is berries and cream flavor. So, but it's super delicious. And then the next one is creme brulee. I believe this was a free bag that I got for ordering. This one is, oh, it's a caffeine free also. It's a rooibos with caramel flavors. And then this one is one of my favorites. This is cardamom French toast. It's a black tea. It's really delicious. This is probably the second or third bag that I've gotten of this one. This one is one of my favorites. Okay, and then the next tea that I've been drinking, I'm sorry for reaching, is this Earl Grey with lavender. I've showed this before on the podcast, and it's by Tea Leaves. And it just comes in these little tea bags. And they're just like beautiful little tea bags, you know, like almost like clear little tea bags. It's one of my favorite teas ever. So I have this at work. It does have some caffeine in it. It has, I would say, like if I was doing a scale of, I don't know, like 1 to 10, it probably has like 6 or so with caffeine. I mean, it has caffeine in it. You can feel it, but I do really like it. It's so delicious. All right, and then the next thing is I was downtown Denver, and we were walking around on a break, and we went to this. It was like a little, kind of like an old-timey kind of store where they were selling, you know, it had like a deli and it had people eating in there. And then it had these foods that you could buy, and they had a wall of tea. And so I got 2 different Republic of Tea flavors in there. I got strawberry basil, which this is those giant tea bags that they make for pitchers. So there's just a few of them in there, but it's nice because it makes a big pitcher of tea. And then I got the blueberry bunt, which these are tea bags. And this is by the Republic of Tea. This one is caffeine-free red rooibos with essence of blueberries. So both of these are really good. And then the coffee that I've been drinking is San Marco, and it's Hawaiian hazelnut. So it's really good. All right, so that is everything. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and put in my garden update right after this, and then I'll put in, and it's really quick, and then I'll put in a quick trip into the city. So see you next time. Bye.